Mikami Satoru led an ordinary life, a stable job, decent income, and a peaceful routine. However, there was one glaring absence: a romantic partner. At 37, he had never dated, but it didn't bother him much. That is, until an unexpected event flipped his world upside down. One day, while meeting his junior colleague, Tamura, and Tamura's girlfriend, Miho, for dinner, their conversation was abruptly cut short. Out of nowhere, a crazed attacker lunged forward with a knife. Without hesitation, Satoru shoved Tamura aside, taking the blade himself. As pain coursed through his body, he realized the severity of his wound. Bleeding out, his last thoughts weren't of regret, but of a peculiar request. He made Tamura promise to erase the contents of his computer, and with that, his life slipped away. However, death wasn't the end for Satoru. Instead of nothingness, he found himself awakening in an unfamiliar place. There was something odd. His body felt different. He couldn't see, couldn't move as he used to. Slowly, he pieced together the shocking truth. He had been reincarnated as a slime. This newfound existence came with its perks. As he explored his abilities, he discovered he could absorb objects and analyze them, learning new skills in the process. By devouring healing herbs, he gained the power to create potions. By consuming minerals, he learned their properties. His body, though simple in form, was evolving rapidly. His curiosity led him deeper into the cave where he had been reborn. There, he encountered something truly terrifying. An enormous dragon sealed away within a magical barrier. The mighty creature introduced itself as Veradora, one of the 4 true dragons, imprisoned for centuries after devastating an entire town in a fit of rage. Despite his intimidating presence, Veradora was lonely, longing for someone to talk to. Surprisingly, the dragon took an interest in Satoru, amused by the slime's self-awareness and intelligence. In exchange for companionship, Veradora granted him the ability to see by teaching him the skill, magic sense. For the first time, Satoru perceived the world around him, and with it, the awe-inspiring sight of the colossal dragon. The two formed an unlikely friendship. Veradora shared his tragic past, and Satoru, in turn, explained his bizarre reincarnation. When Veradora mentioned that his seal would eventually deplete his magic, Satoru devised a plan. Using his predator skill, he proposed absorbing the dragon into his own body, preserving him until a way to break the seal could be found. Veradora, entertained by the absurdity of the idea, agreed. Before merging, the dragon bestowed a name upon the slime, Rimuru Tempest. With Veradora now residing inside him, Rimuru left the cave, stepping into a vast, unfamiliar world. His journey was only beginning, but one thing was certain. This was no ordinary second chance at life. He was still thinking about Veldora. Where could that big Tsundere dragon be? And more importantly, what lay ahead in his journey? A sudden commotion broke his train of thought. A large group of goblins rushed towards him, weapons in hand, shields raised. For a second, Rimuru panicked. Wait, are they attacking me? But then, one of them spoke. Oh, Strong One, do you have any business here? Rimuru blinked. Wait. Strong One? Me? He had never been called that before. Confused, he tried to speak up, but when he did, boom! His voice came out like a shockwave, sending all the goblins to their knees in terror. Please! Spare us, mighty one! They cried. Rimuru awkwardly cleared his non-existent throat and toned it down. So do you guys need something? The goblins explained that they had sensed a powerful presence in the area and came to investigate. Rimuru still didn't believe he was strong, so he was pretty sure they had the wrong guy. Still, they insisted and invited him to their village. Inside a small, barely standing hut, Rimuru met the elder goblin and his son. They explained their dire situation. Ever since Veldora disappeared, his powerful aura had vanished, causing all sorts of nasty monsters to crawl out of the shadows and attack the village. The goblins were weak and badly outnumbered. They had tried to fight, but their losses were heavy. The elder son, a brave warrior, had fallen in battle against a direwolf pack that was terrorizing them. Rimuru listened and, trying to be humble, said, his system allowed him to see himself from the goblin's perspective. What he saw nearly made him jump. He wasn't just a normal slime to them. No wonder they were terrified of him. Oh. So that's why they're freaking out. Now that he understood, he decided to play it cool. He straightened up and said in his best, I sensed your troubles. The elder goblin explained that the direwolves were far stronger than the goblins. One wolf was like 10 goblins combined. Rimuru knew this wasn't going to be an easy fight. He thought for a moment, then slowly asked, So, what do I get in return for helping? The elder goblin didn't even hesitate. We offer you our loyalty, Great One. Before Rimuru could process that, a massive roar echoed through the village. The direwolves had arrived. Instantly, all the goblins trembled in terror. Their faces screamed, "We're all gonna die." But before panic could spread, Rimuru stepped forward. With a dramatic pause, "I, Rimuru, will protect you all." For a second, there was silence. Then, cheers erupted as every single goblin dropped to their knees in pure joy. The elder goblin bowed deeply. "From now on, we are your loyal servants." And just like that, Rimuru, a simple slime, became the leader of the goblins. All the goblins surrounded Rimuru. Most of them were too weak to stand against a pack of direwolves. However, at Rimuru's command, they prepared to fight. Unfortunately, many goblins were already wounded from their previous battle. So now looking up to him, Rimuru decided to build a fence to protect the village. That night, the direwolves returned. The direwolves held an agreement before charging toward the village. Upon arrival, they saw only a weak wooden fence, rendering him immobile. With a swift water blade with their leader gone, the remaining direwolves were given two choices: submit or perish. Goblins and direwolves now under his care, Rimuru faced a new problem: managing the growing community. He noticed that their numbers were nearly equal, so he ordered each goblin to partner with a direwolf. However, food, clothing, and shelter remained major concerns. The goblins, lacking names, were overjoyed when Rimuru decided to give them one. He started with the goblin leader, naming him. "Okay to name everyone at once?" Rimuru confidently replied, "Of course." Once all the goblins were named, it was time to name the wolves. The son of the direwolf, forcing him into a sleep mode for 3 days to recover. The goblins took care of him while he rested. After 3 days, when Rimuru asked, "How did you all change so much in just 3 days?" Rigard explained, "When monsters receive names." Now, Rimuru finally understood why naming them had drained all his magic. Suddenly, a massive wolf burst through the wall. With a star on his forehead, Rimuru immediately recognized him. It was Ranga. He had blew Rimuru off a cliff. Establishing order and a new mission once things settled, Rimuru gathered everyone for a meeting. "From now on, we are one big family, but we need rules." He set 3 simple laws: do not attack humans, do not fight among yourselves, do not bully other races. One goblin questioned, "Living in harmony will benefit us all." Surprisingly, the goblins easily accepted the rules. Rimuru had expected it to be a challenge, but they agreed without resistance. To avoid taking full responsibility, Rimuru appointed Rigard as the village. Accepted the role. After that, Rimuru assigned tasks. Some would focus on the village while I'm gone. With that, Rimuru, Ranga, and a small group of goblins and wolves set off toward Dworgen.